whip demonstration that you see in this video is 20 years ago. Pay attention to the whistling sound of my whip cutting through the air. There's a little story behind these whips, the latigo. This is used for horses in the Philippines. The story is that I was at a very big event in Long Island, and there were Filipino martial artists from all over the place, Boston, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and they were teachers, masters, gurus. And my students fought that day. 5 of my students fought single stick, double stick, stick and knife, and my students did very, very well. So well that the people there were frustrated. That's how well they did. So, to make a long story short, well, why don't we make the instructor look bad? So I crossed whips. This is a whip. It's called a latigo. Very dangerous weapon. It has nodes on it, and if it hits your skin, it'll rip your skin wide open. Truthfully, you can wind up in the hospital. So I squared off with a double master of the whip, and I had single master of the whip, but all I told him, I says, where are we going to lunch? I want to go to lunch. The only thing that was on my mind was lunch and to have a good time. And we squared off. The latigos were a little bit bigger than this. They're about, I don't know, maybe about that long. My handle broke, so you can imagine what kind of damage you could do. We squared off. Before we started, he had 2 whips and I had 1. Before we started, he whispers in my ear, "Hey Bob, there's a lot of parents here and children. Let's go nice and easy." And I knew something was up. And the first thing that came out of my mouth is, "Okay, did we decide whether we're going to eat Chinese or not? I'm starving." We squared off and they released us. This double master jumped in the air and was coming straight down for my face. So you can imagine this whip, I want you to look at it, take a good look at it. This whip coming straight down towards my face. My students witnessed this. If I didn't do what I did, my new name would have been Scarface, or maybe No Eye, because it was coming straight down for my face, and this can open up someone's eye easily. You can rip across the skin and your skin will pop wide open, and you'll have a scar for the across your face for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. And he thought it was necessary to put me in harm's way. Needless to say, he didn't touch me. And after that, I gave him a lesson. I gave him a very good lesson of respect. My students were there. They witnessed it. And afterwards, I bowed. I shook his hand. And he went over to my students and he says, "Your teacher is blank crazy." But I didn't go after him. He went after me. So anytime that you get a chance to get a whip from the Philippines that they use to whip horses with in a horse and buggy, with all these nodes, imagine if it went right across my face, my eye would have probably split open across the skin. This would be a scar from probably from the top of the head all the way down across my eye, my lip, my chin, down into my neck. That didn't happen. The intention was there, the ill intention was there, and it didn't happen. So the moral of this story is this whip is very dangerous, so if you start training with it, be very careful, because you could cut yourself and you could hurt yourself very badly. Thank you.